Get used to seeing masks and seeing everyone everywhere wearing masks here in Taiwan, because that's pretty much the daily life here with the whole coronavirus outbreak thing. So in this video, I'm going to explain what my experience has been like with the whole coronavirus thing here in Taiwan. And as you may know, Taiwan is just off the coast of mainland China, so we were bound to have gotten confirmed cases sooner or later. So let's talk facts, since there's a lot of misinformation on the internet and the media doesn't seem to be making it any better by just reporting the sheer number of confirmed cases and deaths. And this only further incites fear and hysteria in the general public. So people with the coronavirus exhibit flu-like symptoms just like any other cold or flu, except that they have shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, and in severe cases they may also suffer from pneumonia, kidney failure, and even death. The people most at risk of developing complications from the coronavirus are the very old, the very young, people who have compromised or weak immune systems, and other complications or pre-existing conditions such as hepatitis and diabetes. Right now, vaccines are currently being tested, but there isn't any available to the general public as yet. So right now, the best practice is to practice good hygiene. That means washing your hands frequently. If you need to cough or sneeze, do so in your elbow. Looks like I'm dabbing. But anyways, the other thing you can do is to avoid people that have flu-like symptoms. Right now, that is our best way to prevent catching the coronavirus. So at the time of filming, there are over 70,000 confirmed cases of the coronavirus, with over 1,700 confirmed deaths from the virus, with most of that being concentrated in mainland China. Many people are skeptical of the figures being provided by China, as they seem to have changed the way they calculated these figures. So in reality, there could be many more people that are actually infected with the coronavirus. But with all that said, China's President Xi Jinping, I hope I said that correctly, he faces criticism over the way he handled this epidemic. A whole month has passed before anything was done to contain this virus when it first started showing up in Wuhan, China. And this may have contributed to the vast spreading of the disease in such a short amount of time. So knowing all of this, what is it actually like to live in Taiwan with the whole coronavirus outbreak? Taiwan is just off the coast of mainland China, and there are many people here who have families and have connections in China, so Taiwan was bound to have confirmed cases at some point. So in general, you'll see a lot of people wearing masks, and that was a norm even before the whole coronavirus thing. Now you see pretty much everyone wearing masks. And I think the whole mask thing really provides a false sense of security, because the only way you can truly be safe from the virus is if you and everyone else around you has on a mask. And that doesn't even take into consideration the frequently touched surfaces such as doorknobs, handles, etc. And these surfaces may still have the coronavirus lingering on it. But with all that, I still wear my mask anyway, because, you know, better safe than sorry. And masks and hand sanitizers are very scarce now, since everyone is buying them out in fear of catching the coronavirus. So the other day I took a bus to the hospital, and halfway there I realized I forgotten my mask home. So I wasn't gonna just turn back and get a mask just to go to the hospital. I was like, I went to the hospital anyway, and while I was going to the entrance, I was stopped by the security. He asked me where my mask was, and I said I don't have a mask. So he was sending me back to go buy a mask at the store, at which point I was like, what's the point, because masks are scarce. I'm not gonna waste my time going all the way to the store just to find out that they don't have a mask. I was just gonna go back home. So while I was walking away, a nurse stopped me and she gave me a mask for free, at which point I thanked her and I walked inside the hospital. I was immediately greeted then by people who were covered with face shields, masks, and the whole raincoat looking thing, and I was led inside. There they had a big camera, an infrared camera, which checks your temperature to see if you have a fever. And all that wasn't enough, you are still checked again by someone else with a temperature gun to see if you have a fever. And if there's it all clear, then they let you inside. At which point you still need to go to the information desk, provide your insurance card, and they check to see if you have traveled to China within the past 2 weeks. And if everything is alright and clear, then they put a stamp on your hand, and then you can go and see a doctor. So after going through all that, I really got a sense of how serious this thing is in Taiwan. For me, I'm scared to just clear my throat, and if I need to sneeze or cough, I'm like, oh no, is this really it? Do I really have this thing? Because if you exhibit flu-like symptoms, you probably need to report it, and you likely would face being quarantined. So that's the whole thing. I'm scared to be quarantined more than actually catching the virus itself, because who wants to be locked up in a hospital indefinitely until they determine if you have the virus or not? You could be fined for not reporting your symptoms though. I once read a story of a man here in Taiwan who recently came from China. He was exhibiting flu-like symptoms, but he just ignored them. He went to a nightclub and many other places before they finally caught up to him. Then he was confirmed to have had the virus. So him and everyone else he was in contact with had to be quarantined. He was also fined for that as well, as it violates some Disease Control Act here in Taiwan. So far in Taiwan, there are 20 confirmed cases with 1 death. That one death is a 61-year-old taxi driver. He had diabetes and hepatitis. So this further drives the point that it's only people that are old or young and who have pre-existing medical conditions that are more likely to develop complications such as pneumonia from the coronavirus. Still, it's no reason to take this disease light, and I really applaud Taiwan for a quick response in containing this virus before it spreads throughout the country. They even canceled school. School was supposed to start for me yesterday. They pushed it back an additional 2 weeks, so I have an additional 2 weeks to my winter vacation, and I already have nothing to do, so there's that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be concerned, but the media has definitely incited mass fear and hysteria among the general public, and it has definitely fueled racism against Asians. This is not an excuse to be racist. Instead, do your research, practice good hygiene, wash your hands frequently. If you need to sneeze or cough, do so in your elbows. This is really our best defense against the coronavirus right now until a vaccine becomes available. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much what my experience is like in Taiwan. I will see you in the next video. Please remember to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And stay safe from the coronavirus. See you next time.